Hello. Okay, I think everything is working now. Hi everyone, it's me, CM Cappy. How is the sound? Hopefully it's okay. Oh, actually, one second. Oh. Give me.
Be right back up.
Okay. Hi. We are going to do. What are we doing today? Hi. Oh my gosh. We're here today for a very special live stream. And what is this live stream about? It is, like I said, we have a very special live stream. Because I not only have Reggie, who you've seen on the Maple Story World's live stream before, he is our Maple Story World's creator program coordinator and an honorary CM for today's live stream who'll be taking over in just a moment. But I also have another special guest who we'll be introducing in just a few short minutes. But what is Reggie and our special guests even here for in the first place? We are here to showcase NexTale's newest region called Omega Sector. NexTale, for those of you who don't know, is one of our newly announced creator circle worlds. And it is a classic pre-Big Bang Maple Story, enhanced with modern day quality of life updates for all players. And if you would like to play NexTale and maybe some of our other creator circle worlds, yep, I dropped the link into the chat. And then what else? Okay. So before we go into the main part of our live stream, we just got one announcement. In the Maple Story World's Discord server, we hosted a fashion story contest with 3 different themes. They are Mardi Gras, spring, and just the color red for Lunar New Year, or any holiday that involves red, like Valentine's. And at the end of the live stream, we'll be announcing our winners of the fashion story contest, who will be receiving 50 coins each. And yeah, so that'll be at the end of the contest. What else? Okay. I think that is it. Let's get into it with our 2 special guests, Reggie and Jules, the creator of NexTale. That is the special guest I teased. Jules also has an announcement about a giveaway after the short intermission. So we are going to go into intermission right now.
All right. Hello, gamers. It's your boy Reggie, as Cabby had just gave a little sneak preview. So today we're going to be introducing Jules, and we're going to be revisiting NexTale. So the last time we were in NexTale was, I believe, back in the holiday season around December, where we showcased some of those events that were going on then. But today we have Jules here with us, who is going to introduce the newest region that was introduced, or that was launched today, Omega Sector, as well as some of the events and giveaways that are going on. So without further ado, Jules, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful.
Welcome to the stream. What do we got going on in NexTale right now?
Well, right now, we have a live stream, and with this live stream, we have a Noodlebucks giveaway. So everyone that has participated in the live stream can get a chance at winning 1,000 Noodlebucks, which is equivalent to 1,000 World Coin inside our own NexTale cash shop. Equally, we have a special gift to everyone who plays NexTale for at least 30 minutes during the stream. To qualify, you really don't have to do anything. You don't have to sign up. You just have to play for at least half an hour. And what this gift is a special reward box that will give you the chance at winning any of our cash shop utility items, which it could be the item that increases the mob rate. It could be the item that gives you an item vacuum, and equally, it could also just be straight up Noodlebucks. But all in all, everyone gets one, and it's completely free. All you have to do is play, not pay, play.
Awesome, that sounds fun. Yeah, so if anyone would like to hop on and stay online for 30 minutes to get that special box, and then also check out the events, the link is in the chat that was just shared a few minutes ago. Awesome. Well, sweet. I just logged in. I'm sure you could see that, and I'm really excited to go through Omega Sector. So, is there anything that we should know about Omega Sector and NexTale? Is there anything special going on in this world?
Yes, absolutely. So the Omega Sector that you're in right now, Reggie, is the Omega Sector that all of us have remembered and learned to love from way back when in old school Maple Story. One major difference, and this is at the same time QOL, you don't have to go through 100 floors of the EOS Tower to go all the way down to Omega Sector. There's actually two easier ways to go through. You can walk and use a special portal that brings you from floor 50 to floor 1, or you can go inside the cash shop and buy a VIP teleporter, press the world map, and then double click on the Omega Sector pointer there, and you teleport right away. So that's one major QOL that I think contributed back in the day of Omega Sector not being all that popular.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another special thing about Omega Sector that if you've played NexTale before, you're aware of what theme dungeons are. But for those of you who aren't aware of what it may be, a theme dungeon is similar to what you've seen in Maple Story, I think around 10 years ago. The monsters scale to your level within a certain level bracket within Omega Sector. And each map, many maps in Omega Sector have a similar level bracket, but if you're a higher level and you go to the mothership or eventually the void, and we'll talk about that later, the monsters really do scale to the average player level in the map. So if we take the Medion Fields, if you're level 60, well, the monsters will scale to your level, and that ensures that there's no gaps in progression when it comes to grinding, because we all know Maple Story is a very grinding game, and one of our major objectives with NexTale is to remove the grind as much as possible, keep a sense of progression, but a sense of progression that appeals to our more casual players, but that also appeals to players that really want to invest their time and discover NexTale to its fullest. And I'm talking to those completionists that really want to have the best gear and they're willing to put the time into it. Everyone in NexTale has a sense of progression. That really is what our objective is, and truthfully, it's never quite over. We're always going to add more and more. I think the term lately that I see on the internet is give you as much dopamine as possible.
Yeah, there's always something to do and something to achieve and progress for. So it's nice. And I would say, like, with the theme dungeons, it's been really nice as I've created a new character. I'm not on that right now, obviously, but the first theme dungeon that you hop into is Hennessy's Hunting Ground 1. And like it just kind of makes, in my opinion, it made like just leveling up a little bit more seamless and a little easier. And like you can identify, where the theme dungeons are. I'll just show real quick. Yeah, on the mini map, on the world map, the locations that are like a larger green dot, those are the theme dungeons. And so obviously like Hennessy's Hunting Ground 1 is a theme dungeon, but then as you're leveling up, you could kind of check out these different theme dungeons and find one that's suitable for your own level. So it's definitely been a help for me as I've been grinding.
I'm really glad you think so, because in the future, we're definitely going to make theme dungeons a bit more easier to spot. Because right now, if you go through the world map and you hover, yes, it'll tell you. But I think that when you start NexTale, there's just so much that changed, right? There's just so many new features. There's new QOLs, and one of our challenges is to find a way to kind of hold someone's hand towards our new content without making it overwhelming. For instance, we do know the light bulb. You see it, we know it, but sometimes we don't want to see it so much.
Yeah.
If I can just talk about our the new expansion of Omega Sector, because we didn't stop there with what you remember back in the day. There's a new section of Omega Sector where once you get to a level 50 and higher, you'll be invited to go, and by invited I mean the portal will work. You'll be able to board the mothership and learn more about this war triangle going on with the Greys, us, in the Maple World, and the visitors. Mm-hmm. The Greys invaded Maple World, but the visitors have invaded the Greys. So it's an unlikely alliance, and it's really interesting because then after that, once you level up and you unlock more quest lines, well, you can venture further down into the mothership, learn more about the lore, and also discover a new area we call the Void, which is where the Greys were originally from. You'll notice that their home is destroyed. But anyway, as you play, you'll see more and more of that, and we're really excited to present it to everyone to give a new, fresh feel of a region of Maple Story that just didn't have enough love to begin with. And yes, you can craft the unwelcome weapons and equipment, because that was like one of our top 3 major suggestions, especially for our higher level crowd.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about crafting in a little bit. Yeah, it's really cool that you're kind of expanding on some of that lore, and yeah, I will admit, as a Mapler myself, my lore knowledge has kind of it can definitely be improved. So I'm looking forward to going through these quest lines and seeing what's up.
Wonderful. Same thing for me, Omega Sector. I really had to learn and read back what it was all about, because I wanted it to be seamless, I wanted it to be logical, and it had to make sense.
Yeah, for sure. I did find the portal to the mothership, so should we go check that out right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Earl Grey. What's going on? The visitors have invaded the Omega Sector once more. Our peaceful brethren, the Mations, have fallen victim to their sinister mind control devices. We must act quickly to stop them before they launch a full-scale assault on our outpost. Traveler, will you lend us your strength? We need you to defeat 100 Mations. Thinning their numbers might give us the opening we need to break. I did not see the last word. I clicked before I read it.
Oops.
Thank you. Time is of the essence. Classic Mapler, just skimming through the quest log.
That was the number one thing I was always doing.
Okay, there's like a high chance that I will just end up dying here because I'll forget to potion or something.
Oh, so the Medions themselves, though?
They're the ones back before, right? Or are they...
Yeah, so the area that you're in right now is really for the higher level quest line.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were at level 50, the portal would not have allowed you to go through.
Okay.
So these are so right now you're in a quest bracket that allows you to well, it just sends you right back down, so it makes you re-experience the same area.
Yeah.
But through our new quest line, so that you can experience the new features that we've added. Because there are, you will notice that there's some craft materials and craft items that will drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I'm doubling up on these Medion quests.
No problem.
Yeah,
well
I
make
did
your time
see
worth it.
there are... Oh, let me get to a safe spot. There were a couple of new items to craft. What are they called again? Oh, there they are.
The unwelcome, the unwelcome weapons and
Yeah,
equipment.
so we have a whole lot of... I can type, I swear. A whole lot of new items to craft. I'll be honest, at this point, I don't know how to obtain all these materials, but surely it'll show itself as I get closer to that. Yeah, my character right now, the crafting level is fairly low, so I haven't dove too deep in it on this character, but my lower level character, I've been working on my crafting.
As you should. Crafting really is one of our it exists in MapleStory, but we wanted to expand on it to make it a central part of not only your character progression, but also your quest progression. Some quests will require you to use the crafting feature, and I personally always felt that in original MapleStory, the crafting, it wasn't being used enough, and there was there's a lot of untapped potential there.
Yeah, I thought it's really cool. Like during my downtime when I'm not grinding or whatever, just kind of queuing up some longer or larger quantity potions and whatnot, since it does take some time, and just doing it during that downtime. And I believe the timer will it persists like when you're offline, right?
Yes. So before, I believe that the craft system was used more as a meso sync, where if you had enough money, you can just instantly craft things. I wanted to use a different approach to this. I want to FYI, most items do not require a lot of time to craft, but whenever you it usually takes between 10 seconds if you're crafting potions to about roughly 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what kind of piece of equipment that you're crafting. And this kind of leads me to explain a major QOL that we have here in NexTale, which is being able to craft your own potions, and that starts from level 1 practically. Yeah. Once you get to the third map, you have a crafting a quest that shows up, and it teaches you how to use the crafting system, and you can make red potion, orange potion, blue potion, all the way up to elixirs. And we're not done there. We're going to keep adding more and more. And this is to address the age-old issue of from level 1 to level 30, you don't have a lot of currency, and you're just using your chair, holding onto your chair for dear life, and then wasting your time looking at your watch, hoping that you can kill the next monsters and get to the next level. Well, that's not a problem in NexTale, because monsters also drop the crafting materials used to make these potions. So you have a really good start where whatever character you're playing, and that momentum of being able to be self-sufficient lasts your entire gameplay from level 1 to and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I was saying, I haven't, because I haven't leveled up crafting on this character yet. I haven't really fully experienced it at a high level, but on my archer that I'm working on. Oh, there we go. My archer that I'm working on, I've been definitely taking advantage of it for the potions during the downtime, and then also just kind of planning ahead for some of the items that I'll be crafting since I'm a little low on money. All right, I'll be honest.
When it comes to crafting, yeah, sorry for a sec, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, no worries.
There we go. But yes, we've not only can you find all the items that you would have usually found in the crafting system back in the day, you can also craft items that are for lower level players.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was a level 30 wizard and I was so excited to get to the second job advancement, I had like 25,000 mesos only to find that the robe is like 375,000. And I still remember that because it frustrated me so much. And one of the biggest parts, the most fun for me in MapleStory is getting to a milestone and not being blocked by artificial barriers like Meso.
Yeah.
I was so excited to use that robe, and by the time I had enough Mesos to use the robe, I left that level to get the next one, which, as you can probably guess, I didn't have enough Mesos for that either. That's also not a problem in NexTale. You can make your own equipment, and all you have to do is search for it.
Yeah, for sure. So there's some, sorry to switch gears. There's some events going on right now, right? In NexTale?
Oh yeah, several.
What do we got going on?
So in terms of so we already discussed the current quest where sorry, can we hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Apologies, I'm having trouble with my headset.
No worries.
Right now, every character that starts the game gets a pocket item that we call a strange meteorite. The story is that it fell from the sky, and the NexTale administrator finds it on the floor, and she's like, this new adventurer could benefit from this. And this allows you to have a 50% experience boost all the way up to level 40. But once you accept the quest and you get this meteorite, it expires after 7 days. Okay? But in NexTale, level 1 to 40, especially with all the theme dungeons that we have and the QOLs that we have added, getting from level 1 to 40 doesn't take that much time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there, right? Once you get to level 40, you also have another quest that opens up, and it gives you something called the Galaxite Matrix. And what this does is it really focuses your attention to Omega Sector, because there's just so much to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you it lasts for 2 weeks. It gives you a buff that there's several buffs here. So it increases your attack speed by 15%, adds your resistance to damage by 10%, increases your damage to every creature in Omega Sector, and when you get hit by monsters, it gives you a 10% chance to knock back all monsters around you, which could be very useful if you're using one of the more squishy jobs.
Yeah.
This is an event because it's not these items won't be available. They're only available for a couple of weeks. However, if you go down the quest line, there are ways to craft the Galaxite Matrix. So it's not everyone is able to benefit from this, even if they're not available during the event.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do the quest line, right?
Yeah.
And the idea behind this is to really increase. We really want players to focus on Omega Sector because it's not loved as much as it should. Personally, it's one of my favorite regions of all time, even if I didn't take the time to go there as much as I should have.
I mean, I love aliens, so.
Oh yeah, me too. Every time I'm on social media and I see a post about aliens, I kind of want to press on it. Not that I have a aluminum foil hat or anything. I find it cool. I love space.
Yeah.
And I really hope that my passion for space translates through your experience and everyone else's experience in the mothership and the void.
Nice.
Oh, and sorry, I forgot to mention there is another event that is only for a couple of weeks. While training, and this is not only in Omega sector, but it's throughout the Maple world. If you're inside if you're training, you will start to see flying saucers appear at random. Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't worry, they're not too strong, but they leverage our scaling logic, and they will adjust their level to the average monster level in the map. Okay. What do they drop? Well, like every other monster in Omega Sector, they drop the crafting materials that will allow you to make the unwelcome visitor, or the unwelcome guest weapons. Okay.
Nice.
And it's fairly easy to craft the first one. You just have to find these materials and use them. But every single tier of the unwelcome guest weapon requires you to use the previous one to craft the new one. So
Okay.
if you're trying to craft the second unwelcome guest axe, well, you need the first one. Okay. So that's one of our. We really want to be able to make an evolving system of weapons.
Yeah.
Especially since these are very high-powered weapons. Some might even say they're unbalanced. So we hope that this is a way for us to preserve balance and make it complex, but in a way that fuels progression and gives that dopamine fix that everyone's talking about.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be honest, back in the day, unwelcome gear, I could never really get my hands on it, but I always just loved the way that it looked. So definitely gonna try to get some of my characters.
Wonderful. And yeah, so we have more. We like to have an event schedule where we have rotating events every 2 to 4 weeks. So we're super excited for what's coming next.
Oh yeah, I bet. Cool. Sorry, I'm like just locked in, just grinding.
That's music to my ears.
I did want to show off some unique things to NexTale's. So in a sec, I will hop into the world market, and I think a couple months ago at this point, when I did showcase it before, I don't think I listed anything, but since I have been playing a little bit and have gotten a little lucky with the gachapon, I figured I'd list some stuff up there. So let me just hop in there real quick. So
I'm really excited to show off the world market. It took me so long to get that right. It's like I love it and I hate it, but right now I love it. So I'll try to keep it that way.
Oh yeah. So I'm a fire poison mage, but I have gotten lucky with getting a couple of ice lightning elemental salves, so I'll try to sell those. I don't know how much LE7 will sell for since it's kind of high, but let's see. Let's list number 4 first. Let me see what the current asking prices are. Oh, let me go into elemental staff 4. Is there only one there? Okay, not a lot of competition. I
guess that would be a good thing.
Yeah, not a lot of competition at all. So I could, let's see. For 8 mil, I'm the classic person that undercuts people. So I'm sorry, whoever has that listed, but I'm selling mine for a little bit less. Oh my gosh, literally a little bit less. By 1 Mesa.
Are you the type of person to put 799,999?
I am. That just looks a little bit more appealing to someone who is who's out there searching for something to buy. Like it costs 7 million. It doesn't cost 8 million, right? That's the logic there.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not too different.
Yeah, I think
It works, right? So
yeah, and I think the actual reason though was the fees. I think there were like the taxes and the fees were different at the different thresholds. So it was like if you did it one mesa below that, then you kind of avoided that fee. I could be wrong, but I feel like that was the reason behind it. But I don't know. I also just like listen to or do whatever everyone else is doing.
well, I mean that was a thing back in the day, but it's also a thing for us as well.
What are the fees in Nextel for trading?
Oh, I would have to get the. Gosh, I don't. But what I can say is, back in the day when you were using the merchant, for example, you would pay the fees whenever the item was bought. In the world market, the difference is you pay the fees up front, and the reason for that is, as you know, bandwidth is expensive. Mm-hmm. Database space can take a lot of time, can take a lot of space, but it also we don't want players to start listing junk items in the world market. We want every item, every listing that you see, to be an actual reasonable price. And what I mean by that is, if you pay the fee up front, you're incentivized to put a price that's going to sell within 30 days, and B, you're not going to just be showcasing your items and showing everyone off and wasting space when you're trying to search. And so far, that has been the effect, and we're happy about that, because I remember back in the day going through the free market, looking at the shops, especially the shops on Channel 1, Free Market 1, and I think half of the shops, every single item was just ridiculously priced, and everyone was trying to ask for. They just wanted offers, right?
Yeah.
So it wasted everyone's space, it wasted everyone's time, and those who actually had stuff to sell, they couldn't. So in NexTale, it's not an issue.
Yeah, that makes sense. Real broke boys know that we did not go to Channel 1, FM 1 ever, because our pockets could not afford it.
The highlight of my merchant experience was going through the Kerning City PQ and getting the overall Dex 10% scrolls, selling them for like 1 mil, buying them back for 600k, and looping until I had like a few mil, and I felt so accomplished. And then I went into the free market, and people were listing work gloves for like 2 billion. I was like, okay, well, there's always a bigger fish.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, I got to get back to the mothership because I killed these 10. But first I must break some nodes.
Some nodes?
I don't know if you call them nodes in here, but the mining veins. There we go.
Okay, for a second I thought it was like a pun with break some noses. But I was like, alien greys don't have noses.
And yeah, I see some folks in chat. There is a way to skip the queue for crafting. It does cost 200 world coin. If it is a short timer, I do not recommend spending it. But yeah, if you're waiting like 30 minutes, I would totally understand skipping the line a little bit. Everyone loves a little fast pass, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. And we wanted it to be. We didn't want players to feel like we were adding artificial barriers to incentivize players to spend money. We just wanted to provide a reasonable mechanic to allow our more casual players that have that don't have a lot of time to be able to progress at the speed that they want. So it costs roughly $1. So it would be my recommendation. I personally would pay $1 to skip a craft time of 3-4 hours, because there are some items that take that much time.
Yeah.
If you find, for example, one small example I could use is Gachapon tickets are available for sale for both Meso and Noodlebucks, aka WorldCoin, in the cash shop. But you will also find Gachapon tickets as you train. But they're not the gachapon tickets that you remember. It's kind of like a storyline of where gachapon tickets, where do they go when you use them, right?
Yeah.
Our explanation is that they go to a factory and they're destroyed, but monsters have stolen them. So you can take a used gachapon ticket that you'll find from monsters, and you can craft a counterfeit gachapon ticket, and they work half the time. So this allows you to also have the thrill of using gachapon, or the frustration. I'm sure all of us have known both.
You said it works 50% of the time?
Yeah, because sometimes the gachapon NPC realizes they're using a counterfeit ticket.
Yeah, we gotta level up our counterfeit skills. Yeah,
maybe someday we'll add a mechanic where similar to RPGs where you can leverage luck or charisma and convince NPCs to do things.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of all of these RPGs that, for example, Diablo. I love Diablo, and it's my hope one day is that NexTale becomes a world where every day that you log in, it's different.
Kind of like a evolving world.
Yes. Yeah. And, we're currently working on a system where it generates maps based on certain parameters, kind of like, I think the term that people use is procedural.
Yeah.
No idea when it's going to be ready, but I really want to make NexTale an experience that you really don't know what's waiting for you around the corner.
Yeah, that would be cool, for sure. And it kind of leans into the modernized classic vibes, where it's like, it looks familiar, but it's every day may be a little bit different. But yeah, that would be cool. But, I mean, what we got now it's very nice. I was just getting a little turned around. I went the wrong way.
I take it you didn't go to Omega Sector very much back in the day either.
So I always had I was one of those people that always had a VIP teleport rock. So I'm always teleporting somewhere.
Oh, there's no shame in that. When I was 10, I couldn't get it, but once I had my first job, I couldn't live without it. I really couldn't. And the ships, I don't know why, but like everyone remembers the first time they went from Alenia to Orbis and died at the hands of those Balrogs on the ship.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason, I always forgot that they were there. I'd get up, I'd go make a sandwich, make a PB&J or whatever, and then come back. I'm like, oh gosh, of course they're here.
Yeah, another 15 minutes wasted.
I think the ship was only coming once an hour. No, was it every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes? Back then it felt like forever.
It's been so long that I do not remember the actual time, but I vividly remember having to wait because I've died. Yeah, and at that point I was like, yep,
so
teleport rocks, always.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one mechanic back in the day that would not fly today. I don't think anyone has the patience or the attention span to actually use your chair and just wait for the ship to come. Gosh, I don't know how I did it.
When you're young, you have all the time in the world, right?
Oh yeah, like that back then, like an hour was forever, and now today it's like, what's half a day? I just wish I had more than. If I had 36 hours in a day instead of 24, fourth job would have been released like 6 months ago. I'm not even kidding.
If I had 36 hours in a day, I'd take at least 3 naps per day.
Oh man, I wish I could nap during the day. I don't know why. I wish I could, but I really can't. It just doesn't work. Maybe I need to see a lifestyle coach for that. But yeah, in terms of QOLs, it's definitely it's one of my constant, ongoing goals and concerns. Every single time I add an existing system that existed back in the day, or even going back and looking at what we already have. For instance, whenever whenever Nextale first launched in the alpha, one of my biggest concerns was, will I make the game so different that the purists will riot and be upset with the game? Because I wanted to change things, and several jobs have custom skills. For instance, White Knights and I forgot the name of their second job. The Page. You know, they have a new skill called Aegis, which spawns a protective shield around you and your party members. Well, it's one shield, and it allows everyone to heal, and it also allows everyone to just take a breather in battle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of skill that I was very hesitant to put forth, because the more I changed the game, I was afraid to lose the classic feel and the nostalgia that comes along with it. But when I launched Alpha, and through the Alpha all the way to our soft launch, which was last December,
yeah,
I realized that it's okay to go a little crazy and to add more things. So every single first job has mobbing ability. So, for instance, the arrow blow in archers, it can hit multiple monsters.
It does. I was not even paying attention. I leveled
it really does.
Double arrow.
Oh, well, I mean, in my defense, it is in the description, but I understand because I don't read them anymore.
R is for reading.
Yeah. Another one, Magic Claw. Well, Magician's first job, Energy Bolt. Same thing as Arrow Blow. It hits multiple monsters. Magic Claw hits up to 3 monsters. Bandits. Well, not bandit, but rogues.
Yeah.
The double stab, it hits multiple monsters as well. Bandits, second job. I once back in the day had a bandit, and I eventually quit because Savage Blow was amazing. It's really cool and it's iconic and it just looks good, feels good. It only hits 1 monster.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's like other skills like Steel that it's a cool mechanic to have, but who really used it? Like, who really used it as part of a training strategy?
Yeah.
So we changed that skill for a skill called Mug, and that attacks 4 monsters in front of you. Feels great to use. You keep your mobility, and it uses Steel at a percentage of success rate.
Nice.
We're really trying to take. We're doing 2 things. We're making grindy classes a bit more fun, and we're also switching out skills that were useless, that didn't really do anything, or that weren't used, or that just didn't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. There were so many underutilized skills back in the day, and you know, when you have your own platform where you can kind of mess around, you know, there's a lot of possibilities.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, so the jury's still out on this one, but if anyone remembers the Chief Bandit skill, Chakra.
Chakra.
When I read the skill, I don't really understand how it works. And I Googled, I looked on the internet, and not many people understand it. But there's multiple hypotheses, but they all they didn't really feel good, because you had to. It's one of those skills where it's a buff and you have to wait 30 seconds. You can't get hit for it to have a maximal effect. And when I think about that, I'm going back to when you start MapleStory and you're using a chair because you don't have enough potions. Like, who wants to use a buff that you have to sit in the corner and wait? Huge no for me. So it was updated to give you higher attack speed, among other things. And you do have lower defense against monsters, and the damage will go higher against you. But I don't know if you ever tried Savage Blow with Chakra. It feels amazing, and it feels overpowered, but trust me, the DPS makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think out of all the characters or classes, like, I never played a bandit. I played a Night Lord a little bit, but as I mentioned before, I've always just been kind of that broke boy. So like, thieves have always been just the more expensive class to play. But I may have to make one NexTale's, since there's all these quality of life improvements. Yeah,
I would really recommend, trying.
We have a
Mug
bandit
feels
main
amazing.
in the chat, or maybe not a bandit main, but bandits are their favorites. Sorry, I cut you off. What did you say?
Oh no, I really recommended trying out Mug. It just feels really, really cool.
No, for sure.
And since I did mention the alpha testing and our soft launch, and I do have a message for those of you that have played the alpha, maybe played the soft launch as well, and were concerned about the amount of bugs and the amount of jank. Is another new term this year that I've learned to use more. When it comes to developing on MapleStory Worlds, you're not only developing the server part, right? It's not a you don't open a package and it's already done.
Yeah.
You have to make UI, you have to program the client side of things and the server side of things. And more importantly, you have control over certain server elements, but as revolutionary as MSW is, it's also a new platform. And you as a developer, you have to learn how it works. For instance, I've been developing as a hobbyist for, I would say, almost 12 years. And I'm not 50 years old. I started this when I was a teenager. And there's only so much that you can find out or learn from the get-go without doing a stress test. And the alpha launch was, in hindsight, a massive stress test. So we went back to the drawing board. We fixed up a ton of things. We fixed up lots of our animations were on the server side, and we learned that these types of things result in a lot of input lag whenever you have like a low like your internet's not very good, or there's high input latency. But it also puts an immense strain on the servers that NexTale was hosted on. So went back to the drawing board, redid a ton of things, and then we were ready for the soft launch. But then the soft launch showed different issues, different things that we didn't anticipate, because don't forget, we're not, I say we, but outside of the maps, I'm the only person developing NexTale. And when I look through the suggestions or when I look through the bug reports, yes, I do a ton of hotfixes and I fix them quickly. Sometimes looking through code, I see that there's a performance bottleneck and I have to redo the function, and then that leads to other problems. But luckily, most of this, I would say, if not all, is really in the past. Yes, we still have some bugs here and there. Yes, there are new things that appear, and I'm sure in this new region, there's going to be a few things to change. Whether it is a quest that has a formatting error or a balancing issue that we need to fix. But all in all, saying all of this, just to say that NexTale is not the same game that all of you have played. And I'm also talking to the players that have tried us out in November. Because in November, we went from, during our open alpha, we went from having 4 players online to around 400 at one time. And as you can imagine, that was very fun, but quite a ride, but there was a lot of things to fix. And we weren't ready for that. But if any of you are listening, we are now. And we can't do it without your suggestions. We can't do it without feedback. And every day we're adding more and more features to make it easier for you to not only have your voice heard, but also your grievances.
Yeah.
For instance, our website allows you to, on the left side of your screen, there's different features where you can check the monster drop list. If you open your inventory and you right-click any item, it's going to open up a web page that shows you what drops that item. Okay, but that's not really. I'm mentioning it just because
I didn't know that. That's so cool.
I'm mentioning it because not a lot of people know it, but it's one of our QLs, but also we're in the subject. But if you report a bug, it doesn't just go to a mailbox that's not supervised or looked at.
Hmm.
It goes directly to the website, and you're able to open the website and actually see your bug report there once it uploads correctly. Once I go through that, I'm able to look at what the bug report is. I'm able to put my own comments, and these comments are not for me because it's me. They're
Hmm.
for all of you to know, well, what's the status of my bug report? Is it confirmed? Is it under investigation? Are there any comments? Did the developer see it? So
Yeah. So providing that like level of transparency with the community.
absolutely, that's our biggest. I would say transparency and our ties with the community is probably the one thing that I'm proud of with NexTale. We love our community. We interact a lot with it, with our community, and as the community grows, it gets higher. It gets harder and harder to have an individualized approach. But we're massively investing in infrastructure that allows us to make each and every person heard,
Yeah.
whether they speak in Chinese, whether they speak in Spanish, whether they speak in English. Um, and part of being a part of a platform like MapleStory Worlds that really allows us to have a global approach. Um, it's one of our obligations, but it's also one of our uh, motivations, if you will.
Yeah. That's awesome. I thank you for sharing that note for lapsed players and folks who may have not, hopped on NexTale for a while. Yeah, and if I
My
know that
pleasure.
there has been some feedback shared in chat, but if there is a space within Discord, within the NexTale Discord, to share that feedback, and as Jules just mentioned, that feedback is received, and the team does what they can to just make sure that everyone feels heard and seen, and bugs and issues are addressed in a timely manner.
100%. And if any of you hate Nextale, please, my DMs are open and I'd like to have a chat. I've had these before, and your feedback is probably the feedback I'm most interested in.
Hmm.
It's nice to hear that. It's nice to get a message that Nextale is amazing and it's great and it's been improved, and it really does make me smile when I'm drinking my morning coffee. But I really want to hear from those of you that had a really poor experience, and I really want to see how I can uh, improve it. Because for every 10 people that, maybe even every 100 people that had a bad experience, there's probably one of them that are gonna tell me about it. So if the 99 others are listening, please reach out. We're always looking to improve the game. And if you played, like I said before, if you played it several weeks, several months ago, please try it again. And it's the time now because you're getting 50% extra XP up to level 40. And if you combine that with the daily login box that you get, you also get 2x XP for between 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on your login streak. So it really is the right time to come and play.
Nice. Well, shoot. With that, I think we are just at time. So I think that was a really nice word to kind of finish off with. Jules, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you today and getting to explore Omega Sector and kind of learning about the updates and improvements that have been made to Nextel. Yeah, thank you for joining. Really excited to hop in here. Before we go, are there any last things that you would like to say to the community before we head out?
Yeah, sure. So this was my first ever Nextale live stream in which I actually give live commentary, and it was a lot of fun. So I would like to announce that we will be doing live QAs directly in our Discord as well.
Awesome.
Sorry, I got cut out. Did anyone hear me?
I heard uh, that you'll be doing live something in Discord, and then it ended.
Oh, yes. Yes, we'll be doing live Q&A sessions in the future where you'll be able to directly speak with me or send me a message, and I'll be able to answer it live. And also, in terms of the Noodle Bucks giveaway, this is offered by the NexTale team. And if you're not part of the Discord, because this is where we're going to be announcing it, we'll announce it on the Patreon and on the Discord. The Patreon is free, so if you want to join both, you'll be kept up to date on everything NexTale. But that's also where I'm going to be announcing the winners of the giveaway. So really important for that. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for the invitation, and I had a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, Jules, we had a lot of fun too. We'll be seeing you online and probably seeing you in NexTale. Until next time, see ya.
Take care.
All right, bye. And with that, I will go ahead and head into the intermission and swap into Cabby. I'll be right back.
Hello, it is me again, CM Cabby. That was well, thank you, Reggie and Jules. I can't wait to get into Omega Sector myself. But now we are near the end of the live stream. So I'm just gonna go a little bit into some housekeeping. As mentioned in the chat in the live stream, there is a giveaway going on right now, sponsored by NexTale and Jules, and I'm going to drop the link one more time. If you would like a chance to win some Noodle Bucks, please fill out the Google form. And yeah, what else? Oh yes, most importantly, our fashion story contest winners. I accidentally kicked the camera, but it's fine. Our fashion story contest winners announcement. And the winners are, for the Mardi Gras category, we have Jenspy. For the red category, we have Dan. And for the spring category, we have Ione. And yay, congrats! Either myself or CM Pip will reach out to you via Discord DM. Thank you for participating. And let's see, what else? Our next live stream will be on Wednesday, March 11th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. PT. It'll be our first creator live stream of 2026, which means we are bringing back John, aka Ursus, for people in the Maple Story World's Discord, and he'll be going over how to craft questing systems in your world. And this is actually part one of a 2-part series, so make sure you tune in on March 11th. And I think that is it for us in the Maple Story World's live stream. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Reggie, and thank you, Jules. And goodbye, friends.